here with Michigan assistant coach Chris Mayotte, who is also the assistant coach of Team USA at the World Juniors. How are you doing, Chris?
Doing well, Christy. How are you?
Good, thank you. Take us through a little bit about camp, the day you guys reported, and what the testing protocols have been like for Team USA.
Yeah, so our camp started on December 6th, or we gathered on December 6th. We didn't actually hit the ice until December 7th. But in Plymouth, we tested 3 times there and tried to stay as isolated as possible. I think for us, the big thing was bringing everybody from all over the country and trying to stay healthy and get everybody to Edmonton and get everybody inside the bubble. But we had a lot of good practices there. Skated every day, did a lot of video work, and thought we got a lot accomplished in Plymouth. Then on the 13th, after our morning skate, we got on a plane, flew, chartered from Plymouth to Edmonton, landed, tested at the airport once we landed, and we've been in a hotel room ever since. Essentially, landed, tested, got on a bus, came to the hotel, got our room key, put on a bracelet, a tracking bracelet that doesn't allow you to leave your hotel room.
I was going to ask, with the players being in their rooms and having some free time, how you keep them focused on the goal of what you guys are there to do while they're separated from everybody.
Yeah, we still put together a pretty good schedule for them. We wake up, we have a breakfast call every morning at 9. So breakfast gets delivered at 8:30. They eat. We have a call at 9. We do some team building stuff through that call, have some teammates talk about some other guys on the team, kind of what the group thinks they can bring to this team. Then after that, they have a workout from the strength coach back at USA. He sends them a workout that they need to get done, essentially throughout the day. They've been off until around 1 o'clock, where it's lunch. They do a stretch, a dynamic stretch with the strength coach back at USA. And then at 3 o'clock, we've had a former USA player host a Zoom call with them. We've had Charlie McAvoy, Patrick Kane. Today will be Dylan Larkin. So that's been really good, and those guys just talking to our players about their experience, not only at World Junior, but in playing in the bubble and kind of how you have energy and creating energy and things like that. And then we have an evening call. So we have a call then at 6 that goes over. It's basically a dinner, but we do the similar team building stuff that we do on the morning call. And then today we've added a little bit of a hockey talk coming up here at 1:30 local time. So we'll get back into more system work and kind of showing video and getting more hockey building rather than just team building. So it's been pretty productive. I think about as productive as you can be, considering you can't gather or see each other. But you still hear some screams, down the hall because they're playing video games and they have the headsets on and they don't know how loud they're being. But so I think for them, they have a lot of video games going on. A lot of our guys are still in finals, so they're taking finals throughout this time, which is actually probably a blessing in disguise because they don't have much going on. When usually in their schedules, that's not the case. So maybe allow them to focus a little bit more on their finals than they normally would. But I think the anticipation and the excitement just keeps growing. You can tell in our conversations with them and in our meetings, they're getting more big picture views and they're getting more comfortable speaking up and all of those things. So the days have been, even though there's not a lot of physical activity, the days have been pretty full for them.
When do you guys get out of your rooms and get back on the ice together?
Tomorrow morning. So the isolation part is officially over, or supposed to be over at 6 a.m. tomorrow. We have to test out of our rooms though, so we won't be out right when 6 a.m. comes. I think we get tested at 7:30. So they come around to your room. You sit with a chair in your door, and they test you, and then we'll wait to hear whether we're released. And then we're supposed to practice tomorrow at noon. So that'll be our first trip over to Rogers Place. We haven't seen it yet. We haven't been there. We don't know what, our locker room setup looks like, anything like that. That'll be our first trip over there in our first skate. So I think, I think guys are getting – the anticipation is growing. I think tomorrow's skate might be a tough one for the goalies because the guys are going to be buzzing and shooting high and hard, and a lot of nervous energy or pent up energy hopefully comes out tomorrow.
What can you tell us about our 3 Wolverines that are there, what you've seen from them in camp so far, and what your expectations are for their roles this year?
Well, I think it's what every Wolverine fan has seen from them already this year. Cam York is going to be relied on a ton on our back end. He's going to be a top pairing type of guy in terms of the minutes he garners. For us, he's a guy that we think can shut down the other team's top guys. We trust him defensively. We trust him on the penalty kill. We trust him on the power play. You trust him in all situations, and that's how guys like him get so many minutes, or as many minutes as they do. I think at Michigan we usually play him between 23 and 25 minutes a night. And we have a deep D-core here. We really like our D-core, but I think you could see something similar from him here. You want to try and manage it a little bit better than that just because of how many games you play in a short amount of time. So, the closer to 20 you can keep those minutes, the better. But, he's so valuable in every situation that he's a leader for us back there and a really, really calming presence. So we're excited for his role this year with us. Brendan Brisson is, he's a talented player that makes a lot of plays. And I think his ability to score and always being a threat when he has a puck on his stick is something that is really valuable in these tournaments. The year we won in 2017, the thing that made that team so successful was that anybody could score on any given night. Whether Troy, obviously everybody remembers Troy Terry, but he started on our 4th line and worked his way up, and we got big goals throughout that entire lineup. And I think that's why Brendan's on this team, because anytime he has the puck on his stick, he's a threat to score. So that, we're going to try and put him in situations that he can do that. And then Matty Beniers, he's been playing with some good players so far. He's going to, again, kind of like Cam, he's going to be asked to do it all. Take tough matchups, be a defending center, but also be an offensive center. On the penalty kill, big face-offs. He's going to be relied on a lot. So all 3 have looked really good. That's obviously why they're on the team. But I think they're all going to play significant roles for us this year.
The first exhibition game is Sunday versus Switzerland. What is your focus for the coaching staff's focus for that exhibition game? What are you looking to accomplish? Are you going to be mixing some lines, or are those already set? A lot of focus on special teams. What are you guys looking to get out of that?
Yeah, all of those things, and the real big difference this year with years past is the summer showcase didn't happen. And so we haven't seen any of these guys, this year play at this level. And in the summer, when you play Canada and Sweden and Finland, it's still, exhibition games, but you at least get a sense of how they handle the speed, how they handle, the roles, how they manage the game, everything like that. And so, we don't know that. On top of that, we have guys who haven't played hockey yet this year. We have some guys that come from, that were supposed to play in Canada that they haven't started yet this year. We have some guys that have played 2 games. We have some guys that have played 10 games. It's all over. So all of the above. I think we're looking for guys and see how they settle into roles, see if they can handle them, the ones that we think they can be successful in. I think we are looking to see the chemistry. Obviously, chemistry in practice is one thing, but having chemistry in a game is something different. So we think we have a good idea of who's going to work together and who's going to fit. But until you drop the puck live, you don't really know. And, just the game speed and the management. Like I said, we have some guys that have played a lot of hockey so far, and we have some guys that have played none. And just for the guys that haven't played any, you could see in camp they weren't used to not having time and space. Because summer hockey, there's a lot of time and space. And then, once the first starts flying for real, that stuff disappears. And so just getting those guys up to speed in terms of, hey, this is real hockey again. I think we actually have a lot to accomplish in these 2 days. And the other difference is usually we're making final cuts leading up to these exhibition games. We usually, still have players on our roster that aren't going to make the final team, and we use the exhibition games more as an evaluation for those guys, where that's not the case. These are 2 games that it's about our identity, it's about building our chemistry, and starting to put together a blueprint on moving forward.
All right, we're excited for you here in Ann Arbor, and good luck. Stay safe, and we'll be cheering you on and watching on NHL Network.
Thanks, Christy. I appreciate it. Go Blue.